Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today is update day, June 17th, which means a bunch of new content has just been added to Clash Royale. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing my live reaction to the Goblin update, giving you my first impressions on the changes, covering what the changes are, and diving into the new game mode that was just added to Clash Royale. So starting out, let's take a look at the news tab to read a bit more about what this update is all about in case you guys did miss it. So we have a game update here with some new cards, arenas, chests, a new ruler, and more. So starting out, we have a new game mode, the Goblin Queen's Journey, which is available for players at Arena 12 and above, and you can access it from the same area you toggle between Trophy Road and Path of Legends. So before, there were only 2, now we have 3, and we have a bunch of new Goblin arenas as well over here, and we do have an exclusive emote waiting in the Goblin's Journey. Now we have a new tower. This is pretty big. The Goblin Queen Tower is an entire tower, which affects both Princess Towers and the King Tower. So you want to play Goblin cards to charge the Goblin Queen's ability, which requires 20 elixir overall. And once it is charged, play another Goblin card to activate the ability, throwing baby goblins flying into both lanes. Currently, it is only exclusive to the Queen's Journey, but we might see it in other game modes later on. Next up, we have new Goblin cards. We have the Goblin Demolisher, which is a rare card that is kind of explosive, a Goblin Curse, which is a spell, a Goblin Machine, which is a legendary kind of tank/win condition, and we also do have some new Goblin chests, which just include certain rewards, I suppose, different. We also have a bunch of improvements. I think this one is big for you guys, especially all of you free-to-play players out there, because we have a new update to the lucky drops, which includes a chance for a full evolution unlock with the legendary drops, which I think is pretty big. I can commend them for this change, even though I haven't been a big fan of some of the changes they've released lately. This is a good one, just giving people a free evo if they get a legendary wild card or wild drop. If they are able to get that chance, is very nice. And there's also a bunch of other stuff, some UI updates, some changes, some bug fixes, but I think the biggest part of this update, actually the main draw, is going to be this new Goblin Queen's Journey game mode. So if we take a look at it right now, I don't know if I can... Oh, I have to build a deck from scratch. I guess starting out, I think we're going to be starting with the Goblin Tower. So let's just start out with a standard log bait deck, I guess. I don't really know how well this is going to go, but I'm just going to, make a very typical log bait deck and see if we can make that work. So we're going to need the Princess Tower, or rather the Princess, classic log bait. I'm also missing the Spirit, so I already have a Spirit. I'm missing the... What am I missing from this deck? Oh my god. The Knight, of course. So I guess I'll put in the Valkyrie. I don't know about this deck, guys. I'm going to be experimenting as we go along, reacting to all of this. So we're going to battle. We're going to get into... Oh, we actually given a deck. Okay, never mind. Wow. My bad then. So this is sort of a tutorial. Show me your spirit, my brethren. I'll send my brood to assist you. This Goblin Queen, I will say, she is certainly something. They went for a very specific look with the Archer Queen, making her look, pretty appealing. And then this is a complete 180 with the Goblin Queen. But I guess to each their own. If you guys are fans of the Goblin Queen, then you do you. Spend elixir to charge up the ability. I guess this is a tutorial. Yeah, we're given this deck, so we're going to be playing the Goblin Giant first play at the bridge. Okay, wow, that is like a meta play from maybe a year ago when Goblin Giant was broken, but the brood is ready, so you want to activate this ability by playing any Goblin cards you have available. I'll just go with the Dark Goblin, I guess, and as you can see, she unleashes all these baby goblins onto the arena, which do just act as normal goblins, I want to say. Maybe not. Maybe they have their own stats, but either way, now we just have to keep playing the game, which I think is already over, to be honest. I mean, he's kind of cooked, right? I already took his entire tower, and yeah, that's just it. As you can see, we have Goblin Towers as well. I don't know if the stats are different from the standard Princess Tower. I would assume they probably are, but I can't be too sure, I guess. But that's going to be the tutorial, I suppose. We're going to have to build our own deck, right? So welcome to the jungle. Unlock the Goblin Queen. Unlock the baby goblins, which is the tower troop. Okay, so that is a tower troop, I guess. We have a tower troop, and we also unlock the Goblin Demolisher, and we have a starter deck. Okay, so we'll claim everything, I suppose. Goblin Demolisher will be a great addition to our tribe. That lad has a few tricks up his barrel, and we're going to have this sort of Trophy Road kind of sequence. So it's it's a new mode. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, we have this toggle to switch. As you can see, Trophy Road is over here. We have all these rewards. We have Path of Legends. I'm currently in Royal Champion League. We have these rewards, and then we have Goblin Queen's Journey, which does have its own host of rewards, which I think is a good thing that they're adding a bunch of new rewards and content to the game. I already have some friends that seem to be pretty high up from what it looks like. Do I? We have someone, Sandbox, Lucas, at almost 900 already. I have some friends that are absolutely try-harding this game mode. Jonah, all top players. Morton is at 500 so far. So I would assume that all my friends are playing Path of Legends still, but I could be wrong. Also, I wanted to say before we get into more games, they did update the profile, and now you can see we don't even have Path of Legends over here anymore. It has the Goblin Queen's Journey, Path of Legends at the bottom. I think this is a really bad change, and I do hope they revert this, because I don't know what they were thinking with that. But we have baby goblins over here. It's going to be a common, I guess, so we can upgrade it with our wild cards, and we're just going to be upgrading, I guess. What's the level cap right now? Level 9, so we don't really have to worry about it. I guess let's kind of build something that's geared towards the starter deck they gave us. Let's put in the Goblin Demolisher. Let's put in the... I guess Arrows Log is actually a nice combination, because if we are going to be facing a ton of different Goblin cards, we're going to want both the Arrows and the Log. Also, I noticed that they have like this thing overshadowing all these cards, like all these blue dashes over some of the cards. You know what's up with that? Is it because it's an elite card? I have no idea. Like, looks like they changed the UI a little bit. I'm not sure how to feel about that, to be honest. I was missing the log. I took it out. We'll put the log back in. Goblin Giant, I guess, is a pretty suitable win condition. It seems to be, you know, it's a win con, and I'll put it in for the E-Spirit, I guess. I don't know. This deck seems a little scuffed, but I'll see what I can do with it. Let's go into our first real ranked match of the Goblin Queen's Journey. This is, again, like, pretty much this is the update, guys. We're against David right now. Good luck to you, David. So, like, I don't really know how hype it's going to be yet. Let's go for a barrel first play, because we're going to, as you can see, charge up our tower, and we are up against a knight right now. So it looks like it is a worse Princess Tower. Is it the same? I actually have no idea. Let's see what these new cards are about as well, by the way. I do want to, you know, get some new action on these cards, where we have the Demolisher, we have the Goblin Curse as well, and I just want to see how it can do. So, wow, the Demolisher is looking like he's not the strongest card right now. He's going to get taken out by that knight quite a bit, and he has this HP thing going for him, and he's going to go into demolishing mode, I guess, and he just goes like a suicidal wall breaker. So that is an interesting card. From all the leaks and everything I saw, it did seem to be on the weaker side, in my opinion anyways, but could be wrong. I'm going to go for a Goblin Giant plus barrel push right now, because Valkyrie counter push should be pretty solid, and I think, yeah, he's going to be in a bit of trouble right now. We're actually going to get a lot of damage. Does get a log down, but I mean, that is still quite a lot of damage that I can't really complain about. The Demolisher is going to be coming in on offense now, and I actually don't really know what to do about this, because it is good at splash, right? So if I just go gang, I guess I will have to log. Oh, he's going to go ability, right? Probably. Oh, abilities unleashed. Oh, God. Am I cooked right now? Bro, like, that is so much. Oh, my God. That is a lot of damage to take. Wow. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's the ability. That's the gimmick. We're still in the lead after that, thankfully, because we've been playing this one relatively well so far, but I don't know. That is wild, and we're going to have access to our ability now. I guess I can go for a Goblin Giant push with this Demolisher, and we'll get the ability available. But it seems to be like the biggest key in this game mode is just to abuse your ability, I guess. And the Goblin Giant should be tanking. Yep, for all the goblins. Perfect. As you can see, that Goblin Cage is going to get absolutely demolished, and we're going to take pretty much the entire tower on the right and even get to work on the King Tower in the middle as well. Or I should say Queen Tower now that it's the Goblin Queen, but it's actually going to get DPS down pretty heavily. And the Demolisher looks like he enters some kind of suicide mode once he reaches a certain HP threshold, and that is just, I guess, a mechanic unique to him. I mean, I do like that they're experimenting with new, unique mechanic ideas. Going to log this Dark Goblin. Looks like he doesn't really seem to have sort of a barrel or anything. It seems like his main win con is just the Goblin Giant, and then I guess this whole thing that we have to deal with the Goblin Queen spawning her abilities. But I think we can go in like this now, and we should charge up our own ability. No, we're not. Wow, okay. Ability is not charged up, in fact. So, but it will be now. So we'll go for the barrel, and this might just be a 3 crown, to be honest, because we have all these baby goblins coming down. Going to log plus arrows, and that is going to be game. About changes to this deck now, because I obviously want to come with the best deck for this game mode, right? I don't really know what to think about this right now. I mean, it just seems to be very chaotic. I'm not really sure what's going on. We're going to get a Goblin Stash, which seems to have... Okay, it's an Arena 23, so 530 to 630 gold. Contains 5 rares, and then compared to this... Okay, that is just a significantly worse golden chest from what it looks like. So that is actually just pretty awkward. I do have a bunch of chest keys, so I can just use them right now on these cards. But that actually seems like a pretty bad chest. Although maybe it can only give new cards. If that's the case, that'll be cool, I suppose. But you can see we won our first game, and we want to go all the way up. So where's the next card to unlock? It's going to be at all the way at Mud Pit. Whoa, that's at 1,000. And then this other card, this Goblin Machine, is all the way at 2,000. And as I saw on my friends list, we don't even have people at 1,000 yet. Like, my highest friend is at 915 being sandbox. So I'm not really sure how easy it's going to be to grind in this game mode. But I guess one change I want to make, the Tesla is like a building that I love. But I guess we'll go with the Goblin Brawler. Goblin Cage, rather, because it seems to be doing a little bit better overall, since it is going to act as a goblin card. Now, can we play evolutions yet? I don't really know about that. Do we have evolutions unlocked? We actually don't, so I guess I will put the Valkyrie, maybe the Dark Goblin. I'm going with the full Sand Goblin deck, I guess, and I think we cannot use this Baby Goblin's Tower outside of the game mode, but we can use this Goblin Demolisher outside of the game mode, and that's what it's going to... Let's look at the stats. Let's take a look at this. So it has Boom Goes the Dynamite. It deals area damage and explodes on death. At low health, he charges towards nearest buildings. So he's kind of like a mini Wincon, I guess, where he's going to charge towards buildings once he gets below what looks to be 50% HP. He does death damage, kind of like a wall breaker, and he's kind of a jack of all trades, master of none type card, I suppose, because he doesn't really seem to be very oppressive, you know, in the first games that I've seen so far. He just seems to kind of just be vibing and doing his own thing, but I think he is definitely on the weaker side. Did you guys see the sneak peeks where we saw a bunch of new cards, and one of them was the Goblin Machine? That card looked absolutely broken with like rockets launched and all sorts of nonsense going on. I actually am not looking forward to seeing a card like that at all, because I think that's not going to be very healthy for the game, and I'm not excited for it, honestly. This does look like... Let's compare the Baby Goblins to the Princess Tower later, I guess, because that is something I want to see. By the way, apologies in advance for this Wi-Fi symbol, guys. Like, I've been lagging quite a bit. My Wi-Fi has been kind of scuffed. In the last video, it did show up quite a bit, and some people were complaining about it, but until I actually contact my internet service provider, I can't do anything about it, unfortunately, but it's not seeming to affect the actual gameplay, so hopefully you guys don't mind too much. Wow, we have a pretty precarious spot right now, because that Demolisher, we're going to have our ability activated, but this is going to be a lot of damage. I think I'm actually just going to take this damage, you know, sack and attack type stuff, and instead I'm going to go all in with this push now, because it's going to explode and kill those goblins. Now we go with the Goblin Giant in front, we unleash the Queen's babies, and he's scared. I think he's dead. Yeah, that is literally good game. So as you can see, like, this is just insane. He's going to have to play something to unleash his own ability, or he's just going to give up, I guess. Wow, he's literally just going to give up. I'm going to go Demolisher too, and I think we literally just won the game. Dude, this is insane. This ability, like, you just sack and attack, and then you just take the entire tower for your effort. So I don't know what's going on, but Demolisher is not going to explode. This should be enough tower damage, right? 93 plus 48, 100, and that should be exactly, unless I'm super bad at math, that should be exactly, yeah, that's exactly enough. That is going to be game. So, yeah, I think good luck to this guy as well. He kind of just got destroyed. I mean, he did rush me early on. I think I made the right call, just sacking and attacking, going all in with my push afterwards. But I don't know, like, this game mode, what do you guys think about it so far? I'll play a few more, but I honestly think it's not really, like, that exciting. Like, it's sure it's something new and it's fun, but I don't think it's like the main style of the game that we enjoy, you know, that we've grown to love. Of course, again, I do love that they added more rewards to this, and I think it's great, but it's definitely not the Clash Royale that we know and love, where it's like standard, you know, Path of Legends, and we have, you know, normal stuff going on. It's a whole new game mode and a bunch of new mechanics with these broken goblin cards, or I guess Demolishers, again, not broken, but the tower seems to be pretty broken when you can activate the ability, and then also it does just like force you to only play goblin cards, which I guess kind of discourages deck diversity. Like, you literally have to play a goblin card to get to that ability, so, you know, there's not really going to be much of a meta in the sense that anything can be viable. It's just going to be goblin after goblin after goblin, and like goblin mirror matches, I suppose. We're going to go with a Goblin Giant, and then I think we activate ability, so I'll go with the barrel to activate the ability too, and this should just go really crazy. Like, I'll log as well, and he has his own ability coming in as well, but we're gonna get so much damage. Look at that. Like, it just, I guess, like, advertises playing super aggro, and I think he's gonna go into suicide mode and explode on the tower. Look at that. Like, actually pretty good if he gets in range, but now we have our own thing to deal with. So I'm gonna go like that, gonna go for the gang on top of the Dark Goblin, and this is pretty much going to be the entire game mode. Like, there's not too much going on. Other than this, there's not a lot to, I guess, react to other than just playing the new game mode, which, I mean, I'm not complaining about. I hope you guys are, like, enjoying covering the new update, but it's just not really, like, a lot of content, you know, where, for example, I guess, previous ones, we had new evolutions. That was a bunch of new content, because we just had a bunch of new decks to try out. And of course, they were absolutely game-breaking, and they kind of ruined the game. Like, you know, we had the Firecracker, we had the Royal Giant, which were absolutely game-breaking on release. That just kind of ruined everything for a while, but this is just a whole new game mode that, I mean, I'm not feeling it that much. Like, it doesn't feel like a life-changing update. You know, it's just something fresh and something new, and I am happy they're trying new things, but it doesn't really feel like a life-changing update, if that makes sense. I don't really want to go for my ability if I can. But I might be forced to. Wow, I'm actually forced to, unfortunately, guys, because I have to play something. I'm going to unleash all the goblins right now. And then he's going to be forced to do the same thing with that, and then I'll just go for my gang over here. He does waste his arrows, sort of, so I can go for my gang over in the middle once the arrows are gone. And looks like we're still kind of doing okay. You know, I'm just going to log on offense here. I think having the barrel is pretty nice. It looks like a lot of our opponents don't really seem to be running the goblin barrel for whatever reason, but I think the barrel is a nice card to be running just because it synergizes well. He's going to have his ability again, which is pretty scary actually, but I think we're good. Yeah, we should be all good in the hood, and then I can just go like this, and then we get our ability swarming on the other side. Like, it's just kind of goblin insanity, I suppose, and it's going to be kind of a grind. You know, it's a whole new game mode again. It's sort of just a bunch of new things to do. Let's take a look at the rewards once more. So I just reached 60, and now it shows that I'm 60 in the Goblin Journey. If my thing will load again, my Wi-Fi has been bugging out. So, okay, 87, Goblins 1. So I'm in Goblin Arena 1. And it's going to be quite a grind, actually. Wow, we're going to have to play a lot of these games to get to... Wow, this is all Arena 1, and then we're going to have to play all of those to unlock the Goblin Curse. And again, you can use all these new cards in different game modes, but it's going to be sort of... restricted, I suppose, to unlocking. I guess, you know what? I want to show you guys these new cards, so maybe I'll try and make a deck with them in a challenge. Is that a thing I can do right now? Let's see if I can... well, I don't have it unlocked, but I should be able to, right? Because they should have been released. So just to kind of make it more exciting and not just have you guys watch the same Goblin gameplay all the time, let's enter a classic challenge in case it doesn't work out. I don't want to waste my gems yet. And do we have the new cards? We do. Okay, nice. Okay, so we have the Goblin Machine. Now, this is what I want to talk about, guys, because, like, this is just crazy. So we have 135 damage. It does melee attack speed, but it has rockets. And look at this. 588 ranged attack damage on rockets right now. It has 2 arms for melee, 1 big rocket for faraway targets. And so I guess I'm going to build sort of a beatdown deck. Like, I'm just going to build my own deck right now. I don't know how well it's going to go, but I think Goblin Machine is like what I want to synergize all of this around. So we'll go with the Goblin Curse 2 just to kind of try it out. And we could go Demolisher just to run everything. I don't think it's going to be that viable, but we could, again, just try and run everything for the sake of it. Now, let's think about support troops to run, because I think this machine is sort of going to be a win condition. I could be wrong, but I feel like it is. We're going to want to get some cycle cards in here just to get back to the machine faster, so we'll get the Evo Skellies in there. And I think Evo Knight should be pretty good as well. It did get nerfed, but it should be fine. Now we're going to need some air defense here. So what is some good air support? We do have Little Prince, which is solid, although it did just get a big nerf. I guess we could take a look at how Little Prince does after the recent nerf. And then I think to round this deck out, we will need another spell. So probably a big spell. I'm thinking in terms of a diverse big spell. We got the Poison as an option, but I think maybe I'll just go with the Fireball. I'll definitely tweak this as we go, but I want to experiment with these new cards. So let's just run this in a challenge, guys. Also, Dagger Duchess was nerfed, actually. And she has less damage, more recharge time, I think, is what they did to her. Let's like take a look at how she is after the balances, too. This is not available, as you can see, Baby Goblins. Actually, before we get into this as well, I do want to check the stats just to check. So, Baby Goblins, right? Tower damage at level 11. 3052 HP, 109 damage, 136 damage per second. Let's remember those numbers. And they are actually, yeah, it's a Princess Tower. Okay, it's just the same exact thing as a Princess Tower, I guess. It just has a King Tower effect. But yeah, let's try it with this deck, guys. I do want to try out the new Goblin Machine because I think it's going to be crazy. Also, looks like they did change these loading screens a little bit. I'm not sure what's up with that. But we have the Goblin Curse right now, which is going to turn troops into goblins. We also have... Okay, we are against the Goblin Machine. Wonderful. So, already off to a great start. Up against this new broken card. Going to be pretty interesting. I'll just cycle my Skellies, get back to the Evo Skellies. And then I'll Fisherman to whisk it in. I know it's going to start shooting rockets, which I'm worried about, actually. So, they're blasting the rockets. And, okay, it actually just missed. It straight up just missed. So, that was not that exciting, I guess. But... I saw some clips of it doing absolutely absurd work, so... Are we against, like, a rocket cycle deck? Are you kidding me? Is that what we're up against right now? Let's just go with our machine in the back. I think we are literally against a rocket cycle deck with the machine, bro. That's insane. This is what the state of the game is coming to, I guess. I mean, I don't know. So, it's shooting rockets at absolutely nothing. I don't even know what that was about. And he's gonna mirror it? Oh my god, wait, we're gonna have rockets on rockets, as you can see. And then they're meleeing each other. And he's gonna Goblin Curse. Let me Goblin Curse too, I guess. Yo, am I dead? Oh my god. Wait, it's blasting. Dude, look at how much damage that... What the hell? Oh my god, okay. Did you see how much damage that did to my tower? That is absurd, and I actually think I'm going to lose this game just because he's literally playing a Goblin Machine cycle deck. That just seems... And Princess at the Bridge as well, which, you know, I'm not very fond of, obviously. Let's Goblin Curse this up. Hopefully it'll kill it. Turn it into a Goblin. Okay, wow, Goblin Curse is... Wow, is really low damage. It didn't even kill... Oh my god, okay. Wow, yeah, oops indeed. So looks like I had the wrong idea with this deck. It looks like the meta is literally just playing that stupid Princess cycle deck with the rocket. And you just kind of sub in the Goblin Machine with a mirror. I guess that's the meta. I don't know, man. Let's go for Evo Knight. Nice, that's going to catch the Princess. Going to blast a rocket, and the rocket's going to do crazy work. Let's get a Demolisher on here as well. A rocket's going to kill that Princess. And now we might have something. We have a Demolisher on offense. Can we get something, though? Because, I mean, the machines are going to go up against each other. I actually think Goblin Curse is low-key useless, dude. Look at that. Like, it's not really... Oh, my God. Wait. What is this interaction? What is this interaction? Oh, my God. I'm going to lose my entire tower, though. Okay, I guess that's what the interaction was. Just me straight up losing my entire tower. I'm going to steal this guy's deck, you know, because... Wow, what is that, 5 damage? Bro, that does 5 damage. That's actually hilarious. That is so low. But I actually just felt very, like, oppressed this game, I'll be honest with you guys, because this card is kind of stupid, and Demolisher seems to be low-key useless. Well, Fisherman here, he's probably going to, like, I don't know, get back to a new Tesla. Yup, Evo Tesla, which was nerfed, but don't think it's going to be too weak still. It does still have the Death Pulse after all. And I guess I'll give the good game. I mean, there's really just nothing I could have done against that card. But this does make me very worried, guys, because if this is what the state of the game is coming to, there's going to be the stupid card with mirror cycle decks. I mean, this is the first game of the challenge. And if this is what the game is coming to, like, I am not looking forward to it. But I will try it out myself because, I mean, that is what we are here for. Oh, it says you haven't unlocked them, but could I still copy it? I could. Okay, nice. So we're going to play this deck. I mean, let's see how it does. It's literally just the deck we just went against because it felt very oppressive. I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't even seem like too much strategy is involved. You literally just go Goblin Machine, mirror the machine, and then the rockets just do the rest of the work. We're going to Princess first play. Are we against... I'll actually be very upset if we're against the same deck again. Oh, okay, wow. Are we against Expo? That's actually interesting. I'll pre-Tesla. This is risky, but... if it is Expo, I should be able to get bailed out by this Goblin Machine right here. I think we are against Expo. Wow. So maybe this guy say wow because he recognizes me, knows who I am. I'm not really sure, but that would be crazy, right? I guess we don't really have any spells, though, so maybe that'll, like, be something. Oh, I have Princess Tower right here, I just realized. Okay, I'm going to Princess the back now instead of at the bridge again because he has a Tesla just kind of sitting there. And I think he is actually playing Expo. So we're going to go like this. I think the machine will lock onto the Expo, or did I misplace it? I didn't. So look at this, guys. It's going to rocket on the Expo, and it's going to kill it. Like, this is what I was talking about. That's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Like, wow. Wow is right, dude, because that just demolished the entire Expo with no counterplay for him. You cannot block those spells. You guys see how much damage the rockets do? They do like 558 damage. That is just absurdly strong. We're getting the stupid Wi-Fi symbol again. It's not actually affecting the game, thankfully, but I know it's kind of annoying for me as well. But we're going to get the rocket on the Tesla, and then going to Goblin Curse as well. Maybe get something. Look, it's going to rocket the tower. Do you see how much damage that did? That's so unfair. What? Dude, what is this? What is this card? What is this game? Like, oh my god. Gonna ignore those archers. I do feel bad. Like, I think this guy might actually be a subscriber or something, and Like, he also plays through no Expo Cycle, and like, there's just nothing you can do, and I don't even have a big spell, and he still just can't do anything right now. I'm gonna do the same thing. I think we play it a little bit low, so that we can get the rockets to start targeting stuff. Then we go for our log, and the rocket is gonna get on the Expo, as you can see, and blast it to death. We'll go Evo Skellies as well to tank. He's gonna get a lock. I'll mirror the skeletons, I guess, just to stall out a little bit, and he just can't break through, although Evo Tesla is a little bit oppressive. As well as Evo Archers, they're going to be pretty annoying, but see what we can do. He's definitely going for another Expo in a second here, but I have my Evo Tesla and cycle myself, so that should just kind of shut down this Expo. No problem. Gonna have to respond to the Evo Archer in the right, though, because I'm not playing broken Dagger Duchess, which will just solo it. Gonna Princess Bridge, maybe that's on the tower. Nice, that is on the tower, so he's going to be forced to log this. And then the Demolisher, or Machine, I keep like confusing their names. The Machine is just going to kind of kill that Tesla. Now we'll go in again with a Machine at the bridge, and it's just like Rocket's going to one-shot the Archers, right? Dude, how is that a fair card? And as you can see, I'm playing like Goblin Machine Cycle, so he can't do anything. He's going to give up, literally, because it's such an unfair card. Like, I'll say good game, I'll say well played, and I'll give him good luck for the rest of his games, because I do actually feel bad. Like, this is just insanity, dude. That is like what the state of the game is coming to, and that's literally the deck that I play, that Expo deck. If I had to go up against the deck I'm playing right now, I think I would literally crash out. So that is just... that is absurd. I guess let's play one final game, guys, with this, because I don't know what to say. Like, is this what the game's coming to? There's really no new content in the Goblin Queen's journey right now, I guess. Like, you know, there might be like a leaderboard. Is there a leaderboard for Goblin journey? I know they have one for Path of Legends right now. Okay, they don't. It's just still Path of Legends. So nothing for Goblin's journey yet, but I think they might. Okay, we have this. Throw the Goblin babies, and for as many people who use the ability, we've already had 9 million people use it. Wow, that's... or 9 million uses. We get all these rewards. That's actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy they're doing this, I guess. Oh, that's how many babies are thrown, I guess, right? Because it's 20 at a time. Let's play one more with this absolute monstrosity of a deck, guys, and then call it a video. But I'll be, like, completely honest. This update has not been, like, extremely hype, you know? I'm always hyped to play this game. I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy making content on it, but that was just kind of underwhelming in terms of the content that we got. And then seeing this new card that's so absurdly imbalanced is absurd. The Goblin Curse as well, it doesn't really seem to do much damage. Let's Curse right now, I guess, because that's going to turn into a Goblin if this rocket, like, one-shots the Magic Archer, which of course it does, because why wouldn't it? It's a broken rocket, right? And then it's going to start melee 1v1ing this Eggsy. We don't get the second rocket, because I guess the range is a thing, but, yeah, I don't know, like, I just don't feel great about, like, what's happening to these new cards. But we'll Princess Bridge right now. Let's see if the opponent has the same card we do. Looks like he might not. So we'll just go for low Skellies and then a center Tesla to get to work on the Flying Machine and subsequently the Cannon Cart. Tesla's still a very nice card, I suppose. But again, in the Goblin's journey, you probably want to play Goblin Cage because it's going to be a very solid option to activate the ability as often as you can. Like, that seems to be the win condition of the new thing. Let's go Machine on this Lumberjack right now. And then it's not going to rocket, so it does seem to be pretty weak at melee close encounters. But again, what I'm worried about is the fact that the rockets are so absurdly broken. It might rocket the tower right now. I think it will, right? So, rocket the tower. Look at that. 448. That's a win con. I don't care what anyone says. Rocket the Princess. Is that going to activate King? It is. Okay, that's a weakness, I suppose. It is going to activate the King Tower for our opponent there. But still, you know, it's not really that bad when that one card by itself got 1,500 damage in that one sequence. Like, what in the world was that, bro? But I'm just going to center Tesla again. I don't really know what deck we're up against right now. It seems to be some sort of drill deck would be my guess, but it doesn't even seem to be like a meta deck. It just seems to be like some kind of control deck, I suppose. But let's just, you know, get some defense going on here. The rocket should put in overtime work. Then I'll curse all of this to maybe turn them into goblins. Yep, gonna get some goblins out of that, as you can see. 2 goblins, it looks like. Actually, not too special, but it's something. Will it get a rocket in the tower? Look at that! Look at that rocket, dude! That's 500. That needs to be balanced ASAP. I don't really care, like, what anyone says. That needs balance, because that is not balanced, dude. 558. Like, did they forget to make it do less damage to the tower? Because that is just ridiculous. Like, dude, it does full tower damage. What are you doing? Oh my god. Let's just Goblin Machine again. This is really the highlight of the update, because I feel like the state of the game is about to get absolutely broken again, and I am all against it. I am not for this, because what happened to the game I loved, man? We're gonna get some goblins out of this, hopefully. Let's go for the E-Spirit. And Goblin Curse seems to be pretty underwhelming. I know it was really broken before. I could be wrong. Maybe it's really good against like a graveyard or something. But I know they really nerfed its damage. And then like that is something that they changed about it. And then also it just doesn't seem to do a lot of work as like a spell by itself. It seems to be utility like with a big push, right? Let's just go Machine the Bridge. Will it hit the tower? Dude, that is so unfair. I just went at the bridge and it hit the tower. Like, I guess the way to counter is to play like a melee troop right on top, you know, like Knight to block. But that card, man, that card is not fair. You guys saw everything I saw just now. That is... Dude, what is this card? Like, oh my god. So, let's take a look at the stats once more, because it doesn't even seem that broken on paper, right? Like, the damage seems to be less than a Knight. Let's compare it to a Knight, I guess. You know, 2598 hit points, and how much damage was that? Oh, I accidentally removed it. Let me get it back in here. Goblin Machine, use. Let's compare. Let's just double check those stats once more for you guys. So 135 damage, 2598 hit points. It is basically, yeah. Oh, it has more HP than a Knight actually, which is a lot of HP. Less damage though. But again, the biggest draw is that ability. Like, why? The range is 2.5 to 5 tiles, by the way. So you saw I just played at the bridge. It got within 5 tiles of the tower, and as soon as it gets within 5 tiles, it's going to blast a 600 damage rocket. That is literally the equivalent of like 1.8 times normal rocket. Look at this, dude. Rocket, or is that just normal rocket? No, it's not a normal rocket. It's normal rocket does 371 crown tower damage at level 11. That is literally like 1.5 times or almost double the equivalent of a rocket in one. Like, it needs a crown tower nerf instantly. I don't care if it's a legendary. That is no excuse for it being this imbalanced, dude. The hit speed also doesn't seem to be that like terrible. It hits pretty fast. I'm not sure if it like one shots 135 damage. Let's double check some interactions. I guess it does not one shot goblins, so that's nice. I guess, like, you know, Knight, goblins, mini peck, it'll be pretty weak against direct tanks, but as soon as you play any ranged troop near it, or it gets near to your tower, you're over. Like, you're cooked. You're going to take 600 damage to the face. Demolisher honestly seems to be kind of the low light of this, or I guess Curse maybe. Like, it just seems like a fun concept, but it doesn't seem to be, you know, really game-breaking, I suppose, in any way, you know? And I don't know, man. Like, overall, this update, I'm not sure. I guess to conclude the video, let's take a look at Twitter and see what the community seems to think about this update. Alright guys, and the very first tweet that we see already confirms my worst nightmare. It is a tweet by Morton saying to nerf it, and look at the deck he is sharing. It is going to be a giant Goblin Machine deck that just screams nerf Goblin Machine, because look at the makeup and construction of this deck. It does not sound like a deck that is balanced, that, you know, utilizes different cards to create harmony within each other and have an overall well-constructed deck. It is literally just a deck that is built to abuse the Goblin Machine, because we have the Goblin Machine, we have the mirror to mirror it and get 2 on the board. We have cycle cards with the Evo Scalers, Evo Bats, and the pump to spam pumps. And then we have the rage to rage everything up, and just a giant as a win condition, I guess. And then we take a look at this clip by Morton as well, which someone posted in the comments, and it's going to be him playing this deck. And as you can see here, he is about to get down 2 Goblin Machines on the tower, or on the board rather, as well as a giant. And then look at what they're going to do. They're going to get those rockets. They nuke those recruits out of orbit. He rages them, which gives them even faster rocket timing. And then just look at what he is doing here. The opponent can't do anything. He's literally just spamming, and this is just like ruining... Dude, look at that. This is just ruining the game. The rockets are stacking up. That is just absolutely ridiculous. So this is already just like, what is going on with this man? The Goblin Machine definitely does need a nerf. Next up, we have my friend Triage showcasing that there is a new report button, so you can report players here, and you can just report their username, which means, I guess, if you encounter an offensive or upsetting name to you, you can only just report that person, which was not a feature before. You had to like go through clan chat and everything. So, you know, that is just a new feature they added to hopefully keep the game in a more safe environment. Alright guys, I couldn't find much else on Twitter other than the obvious Goblin Machine needs a nerf, which I think I already articulated pretty well, and I think everyone who saw that clip I just shared would agree. So I'm on the Reddit to get some more final thoughts about the update before we end the video. For the first post, we have this person saying, how did Clash Royale get from this to this, which is something I actually agree with that I don't think I talked about, but look at the original app icon compared to now, where we have the king, and then we have the Goblin Queen showcasing herself on the left. I mean, I do agree that I don't think she's very appealing, and I guess some other people seem to agree that it does not seem to be a positive change overall. Next up, we have one very unfortunate individual who posted that it's literally unplayable. After the first battle, it doesn't allow him to use tower troops, except for the new one, which he does not have because he can't get anything from the chests, since he can't climb the new ladder, so he's stuck in an infinite loop of not being able to play the game, rendering it literally unplayable. And from what the comments sound like, it seems that there actually is a bug going on where players can't play the Goblin Queen's Journey due to not having a tower troop available. So, you know, with every update there are some bugs that show up sometimes, but this is pretty unfortunate. I hope this does not happen to any of you guys. And lastly, for the Reddit, we have Unhappy Count 2420, who says he'll be the first person to say that this new game mode is terrible, essentially saying that it's just a race to see who can play more Goblin cards faster and activate the Queen's ability. It has to be simultaneously prepared to deal with an ungodly number of Goblin swarms and having Goblin related cards, which is just kind of spam and log bait, and you kind of need log and arrows in your deck, and most win conditions are useless. I would say Goblin Giant is useful, as well as Goblin Barrel, maybe Goblin Drill too, but this is sort of true. Seems to be that people are sort of agreeing in the comments, like there's less freedom when it comes to picking your cards. You know, it's kind of bland and uninspired, where you just have to feed the Goblin ability, and I do think that I agree with this person here as well, where it opposes the game's core themes, where you can pick between dozens of cards, choose a playstyle that fits you, where, as I even said in my reaction to playing it live today, you just are forced to play the same cards over and over. I mean, I guess it might be curious to see how it'll face off where top players play against each other, but at the same time, I kind of agree with these guys, where there's not a lot of versatility in this game mode. Bro played for 5 minutes and already hates it. This is a common Clash Royale player thing, though I will say we do love to complain. But at the same time, you know, I think I do generally agree with this sentiment. I'm not going to say it's terrible, like it's literally just unplayable. I think it is fun that they tried something new, but at the same time, I do wish it was more inspiring and versatile and diverse, instead of just being Goblin spam and rushing to use the Goblin Queen's ability. Alright guys, and that is pretty much going to do it for the video. We did get a first look for the new Goblin's Journey and try the new game mode, which seems like other people seem to be playing quite a lot, and we've already unlocked our first community milestone, being the 2 free legendary wildcards, which I'm actually going to save up because I do think I need to use them on the Goblin Machine whenever I unlock that. No idea when that will be. But I mean, overall thoughts about the update, I think it's nice they're trying something new, but this doesn't seem like as hype of an update as some others have felt. You know, I think they're trying to do new things, and I do agree with some of my friends where they were saying that it's at least nice that this isn't going to be breaking Path of Legends, where we're forced to play this new Goblin troop and play it that way. I think I agree with that, because it is a new game mode. You can just not play it if you don't want to, and I feel like I'm going to be in that boat where maybe I'll play it for a bit to have fun and have something new, but otherwise I'm going to stick to my normal Path of Legends. I'm kind of happy that it's not being shoved down our throats where we have to play the new Goblin Queen. That said, the new Goblin Machine seems absolutely broken and unfair, and I do hope that they change that at least, because I'm not really looking forward to seeing that dominate the meta. You already saw the clip. Don't think I need to say much more about it. And I hope I don't face too much of it on Path of Legends. I have to push to Ultimate Champion League soon for the video, and I hope that does not end up being the case. There are also some balance changes. We didn't really get to talk about those because we didn't really play normal game modes much, but we'll see how that shapes up. But overall, let me know your guys' thoughts on this update, and if you enjoyed what they did, or if you think there's something missing, if there are some bugs that are affecting you, make sure to report them. And overall, just feel free to leave your feedback in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.